Welcome to Alum fans. I see the fans pouring in already. And good evening to all of you. Thanks for joining in and being a part of what we're doing here tonight. Good evening, fellas. How all of you are doing?
I'm
Good,
good.
good.
Everybody's good? Okay, all right. I'm happy to be here tonight as we continue to talk about what we've been talking about. And yeah. Uh, okay. All right, we'll move on from that. Okay.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jamal.
Only one Jamal, I tell you, boy. Anyway, but we love Jamal around here. But yes, it's it's a pleasure to talk to you guys again about the sport, the greatest sport in the world. It is. Some would say basketball rivals it. I know y'all think. I love basketball now. Basketball is my first love. I would say basketball better than football or equal. No,
No way. Nothing is equal to football. I
nothing
I
do
equals
like
to
fall I
football.
I love basketball too.
I fall
But
asleep when I watch basketball.
Okay.
Golf,
Some people would
golf
say
some
is
the same
nice.
about football.
some games.
Nobody like golf.
Golf,
Golf.
what's that? What's
Oh,
that?
I don't know. I was just following the Bale trend, with golf.
That's my next sport to jump into, definitely. Golf takes
to be
skill now.
to be
Golf
I
fair,
takes
like
a
tennis
whole lot
takes
volleyball.
of
I
first.
like
skill.
volleyball as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is fun. Shakala saying good evening. All right, good evening to you too. All right,
Well,
so let's jump into let's talk about something that's happening tomorrow, and that's Arsenal versus Everton. All right, just to knock it off. All
Okay.
Let's
right,
just talk
yeah.
to Memphis.
one
Memphis
quick
is here,
game.
usual.
Why is Memphis
Ah,
there smirking and smiling? I
boy,
don't understand. Good, Memphis. We have a say.
boy. Hammers fit. I think
Yeah,
Hammers
you
fit.
played the last game, innit?
Yeah, you did.
Boy, 3-1 Everton there.
No, boy, that's what you want. 3-1
3-1
Everton.
Everton.
Okay. I'm
I mean,
shocked.
Arsenal don't
Go ahead,
matter
go
to me
ahead.
anymore. They can't catch me. Right,
Ah, okay.
right.
All right. I'm
Fair
gonna stay
enough. Fair
neutral. I'm
enough.
gonna stay neutral tonight. I'm host. I'm not a United fan, so I don't have an opinion. But Shaq 3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Okay.
This Odegaard could play, but I personally wouldn't risk him, even if he could play, I really wouldn't risk him.
Same here.
Should be a close affair. Everton's been up and down, just like us. Yeah, 3-1 sounds fair.
Oh, good man, Eddie with the hat trick at Jamal. Actually, I hope so. And catches we getting some hate from Jamal
Oh, wow.
lately. So to
Just to
prove
Hate.
drive,
that his goal wasn't a fluke, go
nah,
ahead,
just
Jamal.
to drive up a sale value, then we can sell them in the summer.
Watch you,
Just
watch you, watch you.
I call
Question for Jamal. Jamal, what's your front four?
Martinelli, Pep. I don't want to use Pepe, but Pepe, Saka, and Smith Rowe. At least
Pepe, Saka, Smith Rowe,
yeah,
and
Martinelli at
who?
9.
Martinelli at centre forward
Hmm.
Okay, okay,
and Smith
not
Rowe.
bad.
Yeah,
Mm.
but that's just to get the game done and dusted in the first half because we have Thursday to play for next week, right? Against Fulham.
Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah, big games, big games, big games. All right. Battle gun sighting, hopefully. All
Yeah,
right.
hopefully.
Yeah. So hopefully. All right. That's the case. And yeah. Moy, what do you think? You have any opinions on this game at all? Or you just don't mind it to you? That's mid-table club is fighting it out. You're at the top.
I mean, I'm just glad to see that there's a Friday game, for us to watch and
True.
enjoy. But
That's true.
I think in this one, Arsenal is gonna win. I
I
think they
hate
still have
when
something to
United do
prove,
close to
to
line
try
now.
and get further up the table. I'm
Hmm.
going with at least 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah. I was gonna say 2-2, but I see them edging it out. Definitely. It's possible. Maybe just do a watch along. Me and Shaq. Where's it, Shaq? Tomorrow?
Yeah,
You not watch this
yeah.
game yet? No.
You have to know. You have to know how you watch this game. How many you do watch along when this game started 3?
Oh.
Just
You know,
don't say it live. Don't say it live.
that's it. That's it. The worry about them details, the big one. The worry about the
All
details.
right, you start it out.
We started to talk about the worry
Okay,
about
in just we trust.
Semantics.
that.
Did Jamal give
Oh,
his prediction?
he
I'd,
didn't.
I'd,
Go,
I'd
Jamal.
go with 3-1 Arsenal, honestly.
Mm,
With our front four, I think we can win the game.
I love this confidence. I just love it.
hmm Yep. I'm sure Munchie's somewhere in the world there, laughing at the thought that y'all thought that Arsenal would win this game. But hey, so we go. All right. At least he doesn't hate it as much as Memphis does. All right. So he said 3-1 Everton.
I don't hate Arsenal. I just enjoy trolling Arsenal. They make it
Okay.
easy.
All right. So anybody actually went to UF's website and checked out the new format of the Champions League? All right. I know
Yeah.
Jamal did. He's the money man. He's trying to figure out some way in which to benefit monetarily from this.
I-
but yeah. All right. What y'all think? Any thoughts on it? Jamal, we'll start with you.
Initially, I thought it was a good idea, but then the players started to speak out. I don't know if y'all saw Gundogan's tweet today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
It's another money grab by UEFA, you could say. More games. It's 100 more games they're putting on, which means more broadcasting rights, which means more revenue.
Yeah.
So they're finding some way to generate money, and it's not going to the clubs once again.
That is the problem.
That's the problem.
So
That's the problem.
it's you could call it a BTEC Super League, or the Super League was a BTEC to this, and
Other way around. How you said it first?
Oh boy.
Wow.
and we'll see how long it lasts. Because even Dortmund had banners around the stadium protesting the Champions League reforms. Gundogan was speaking out today. So because if the players come on and start speaking out and say they don't want to play that many games, then what happens next?
Okay, here's devil's advocate again. Very good at that. All right. It's your job. Okay, you're paid to play football. If I chew on some more games, is the games that you're playing equivalent to the money that you get paid? Because then you can bring the case that I'm a teacher and I work way more hours than you do and get paid far less. What's your problem? Go and kick the ball and score the goals.
It does, but then do you consider? You have to look at it now. Do you consider football is overpaid at the moment? That you must introduce more games to compensate for the pay that they are getting?
I guess that's the claim that some would make that claim.
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay,
If
but
they're
now,
if they're looking at it from that standpoint, Jamal, then I agree. Give them more games to play.
okay, but Man City players are overpaid. For example, I'm not saying that they are, but let's say Man City players are overpaid, but Villarreal players aren't overpaid. So why are
that's
Villarreal
fair.
playing more games and Manchester City playing more games?
That's
if it's
fair.
a level playing field in the salary, then it shouldn't be a level playing field in games.
Fair enough, a good point. But can we just make the claim that all the players are overpaid, so that y'all just hush your mouth and kick the ball?
That's what I'm saying. It depends on how you look at it. Obviously, La Liga wages aren't the same as Premier League wages, and you don't get paid extra for playing in the Champions League.
But then, could you also make the claim then since this is the case, I'm 100% confident. I have no evidence to support this, that some kind of money passed over the last 72 hours. Okay, all right? Some kind of money passed. So when the money passed, they came to some sort of agreement. And I was just thinking about it last night, going through, and because I was watching all the different owners apologizing. I was reading, the Glazer stuff and Liverpool guy and so forth. I was saying to myself, I wonder if that was a part of the deal. If UEFA came to them and said, like, you know what, how much you want? And then man say, this is my price. and then he's like, okay, I'll give it to you. And then UEFA guy says, but you have to go and apologize. And I'm like, okay, sure, but you get up. That money coming, right? Yeah, no problem. Yeah. And I just do it. I don't have any evidence, but I really feel that happened.
It could happen because half of these apologies seems half heartfelt.
I know, right?
There was no clear base on it or saying like we're deeply sorry. It was just we're sorry and because this is.
The Liverpool one felt kind of heartfelt though. Unless he practiced that plenty or something.
I believe he
That's
had,
because he was on video.
he had writers and cinematographers to get the best angle to make it look with one plant in the back and solemn colors and everything. It was meant to go straight to the heart.
Yep.
But
I was
Jamal,
good shot.
if you could remember, I think when we did this show on Tuesday, the reports were that none of the Spanish teams got any of this money. They weren't offered any of this money. And I think Real Madrid and Barcelona still, they haven't withdrawn from the Super League.
Yep.
So this all makes sense that the English team, they got paid.
Yeah.
They got paid.
Got paid. So
Yeah.
City, you're one of the first persons to drop out of it. You got paid first, as usual. Right? You get paid money first.
They own UEFA.
I don't.
That's true.
But you
I
also
don't
know
control the financial aspect.
one more thing. Why I think they couldn't also get the Spanish teams to drop out is maybe they wanted more money and you'd have to pay both of them. Barcelona or Real Madrid are in debt as well. But then as well, you can't just pay one English team and say, okay, he's going to pull out and the rest will follow suit. You got to pay all of them off.
Yeah,
I do think and the Champions League is nothing without the English teams.
Nothing.
Yep.
Really. Although I say that, but English teams haven't won it like as frequent as the Barcelona, Real Madrid, or the Bayern.
That's true.
But
you have to beat the English teams if you want to if you want to say you're champion. You have to.
They give them a run for their money, whether it's up to the semi or into the final as well.
Yeah. A couple people here hinting this good one. Yeah, for makeup about bad me convinced you're right. The man have that's that is true. Monchi is saying 225 games, most strenuous in the players who has to be fighting for full cups every season. Cost City. Foden is overpaid. He's underpaid. Best thing since fruit bag. Man, I've had a fruit bag since first farm.
Golden.
That's the goal left there, boys. Since first farm. That was a good. I don't know. 20 years ago.
Let me throw in a question here. Do you think football should have a salary cap? Because with all this talk about fairness and stuff like that, a team like Man City, they will always get the better players. They will always let me not single them out. The teams with the most money will always get the better players. So you will never see a West Ham, a Leicester, who is doing well, pick up an Mbappe, pick up a Haaland, because they just don't have the money. So if you have some teams who have significantly more money than others, then is football fair then?
No.
Isn't that what financial fair play was supposed to do?
True.
Well, we all know what happened with that.
I have a fun
Right, Moy?
What happened? I did everything fair.
Sound like a true bad man, boy. But
when it comes to arguments is that doesn't the MLS have a salary cap on players?
I think they do. They do.
Look at the quality of football there. Right? No, honestly.
Right. Okay, right. But then, because that salary cap, Jamal.
Yeah, but
that's what European would have a higher salary cap.
They would have a higher salary cap, but you can also go off and make more money in other professions than football. So,
I think if they do, they have to do it for everybody, though.
They would do it for everybody, but then you'd also have less quality in football because players. If players only stick to the clubs that they, let's say, come through the youth academy with, right? Then you won't have Jesse Lingard going over and playing for West Ham. That won't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, you just readjust your finances, just to make sure everything is sit underneath, the
budget. What I'm saying is that they'll stick with the club that they want to play with. It's not going to be about playing football anymore. It's just going to be about getting your team to a final.
I hear your point, but
it'd be more about finances.
It would be. You're right.
Guys, I was thinking Do it, Josh. Make me finish because I was going trend into something
Okay,
else.
okay,
Mm.
because you're making so many points here because and all I'm tying back to one thing in my mind. Isn't this a wonderful opportunity for clubs to pour more money into their youth system and produce more players to add to the first team squad? As a young player, isn't this music to my ears that you have to use me now? Okay, you have to go and promote me to the first team and develop me because the options of moving around are not as easy as before if the system functions properly. And if you understand my point, you know, and then you get more gems coming through and being developed. But so you go.
But
But
You say,
then
you
Josh.
can. Okay, go ahead, Memphis.
but then in a situation like that, the teams with more money would have the best of youth academy.
Yeah, you're right. So I guess you're right. Still goes back to money, right? Because develop the young players and bring them through. Because some of them don't come. Some of them come out like nine and so, and then
Yeah.
they bring them right up 14, 15, 16.
And then
You
you
know,
have
and you
teams like United who sign people for the youth academy.
true. You're right. Pick them up from other
That's
youth
everything,
academies, give them more money, give them more money. So they have this 15-year-old or 16-year-old making a ton of money because you pulled him from PSG and promised him first team football. So I mean, yeah, you're right. It still come back down to money. It does. Shock.
Yeah. So what I was thinking, especially this week, ever since Sunday, a lot of the owners have been under pressure. All right,
Mm,
and we are thinking that okay, many times we want our clubs to sign a player's contract, give a player a new contract. That as football fans, we want to see that player remain as our club. But financially, it may not be the best thing, even though they can afford it. Because when you look at a player's contract or a player's value, I should say, could be depreciated in in two ways, basically, whether his age or his expiring contract. So even if
mm,
we have an Mbappe who is playing well and he's coming into the last year of his contract. Yes, we all know how much he's worth, but his worth at that stage coming into the last year of his contract may not be his value, and that's
mm.
not on the owners though. If he refused to sign a long term contract when it was offered to him, the owners can't really do anything about that. And owners now are being are under pressure to sign give somebody a 30-year-old. Look at Wijnaldum, look at Aubameyang last year. They're pressuring, the fans are pressuring. I too I wanted Abba to stay. But does it really make financial sense for you to give a 30-year-old a £300,000 a week contract when you know by the end of this contract you can't recoup that money at all,
I guess
even
it
with
depends.
shirt sales?
What I was showing this from my comment. I guess it depends upon the values of the club. And how important or what role the player plays because you have Willian for that same reason, isn't it? The Chelsea didn't want to give him that contract, the contract he
Mm.
wanted, and then you gave it to him. So I totally see United back in the day, unless football has changed, because how much time we see Scolzy retire and come back and it make no kind of financial sense, but they still do it. And gigs are played down to 30, 35 and so and they keep giving him 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. You know, I guess from their perspective, they're valued players. They are going to start every game, but they're needed for other reasons. So is it just about money or are there other things that are important too? Money?
Of course, yeah. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Moy.
I was going to say that what Shaq was talking about is similar to the situation with Real Madrid and Sergio Ramos at the moment because Sergio Ramos is wanting a 2 year contract, but Real Madrid has this policy that they don't think he should get only a 1 year contract at least, but he don't want that. But then I've been hearing from today that they're trying to offer David Alaba a 5 year
Mm,
contract that would take him until the age of 30 something, which
yeah.
they were saying also that it would cause controversy because if you're giving him such a high contract until the age of 33 or something like that, why can't you just sacrifice it for your club captain and basically a legend for the team?
My points exactly. Why has football changed so much so now the people like Sergio Ramos can't get on 1 year? Hasn't he done enough that he can't get on 1 year, 2 year?
He
Why
has.
why are we why are we haggling over this? Get him man what he wants. He's a legend.
Yeah, agreed. But do they have the money to give him what he wants? But that's another question. And would you? I don't think Real Madrid's squad is as extensive as, let's say, City squad. So they're just relying on their players to play football and not. You don't have a club captain like Fernandinho who comes on once in a while but earning high wages for 2 or 3 more years. Whereas David Alaba would start every game of the season.
He would.
So I don't. Maybe they're looking at it from that perspective in the sense that
I'm,
if you're gonna earn that much, you need to play. And if he can't play because of his body or his age, then why are we gonna
So
fork
on
out
to
the
Thiago
money
Silva. Why
so you
put
can
Thiago
use
Silva
money?
end up at Chelsea then? Isn't that the same point?
Yeah, but
You
he
know,
was still playing
he's
when he was
playing.
at PSG this season before. He's playing
He's
every game,
playing.
and he's still playing every game.
But like you said, it might be
yeah.
club
So then
money.
why didn't they give him the money? They didn't give
Because
him the
maybe,
money.
yeah, but Chelsea have more money than Real Madrid is what the point I'm trying to get is that
I
Real
think
Madrid don't have money. So they can't afford to keep offering players who are not gonna give something to the team every week. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
how old is Modric?
what but what do you value? That's the point I was trying to make. Is
Yeah,
that
well, we know Madrid don't value anything at this moment in time.
wow.
You know Perez.
They never value their players.
Perez come
I
on and said
think
if Varane's not happy, he can leave. So I don't
Wow, that
think
was retarded.
I don't think Perez is in his right mind to value anything. So
He's retarded.
it's a combination of Perez and them not having.
See, y'all telling me, right? If Messi didn't have the crazy season he's having right now, and Messi, scored, I don't know, let's say it's a bad season for him, and he scored 18 goals and had 5 assists, then man would be like, yeah, you can go.
No, that's a different situation. That's Messi.
Oh, the different situation. So because it's Messi, we
Because
re-sign him for
it's
a
Messi,
2 year.
Because he's a good.
yeah, but you look at like Barcelona's trying to fight tooth and nail to keep Messi now, whereas Madrid is just like, yeah, like Sergio Ramos going.
I think, right, if all this drama here happened, the season after Barcelona won the 6 trophies, unless Messi was at the same age now he was then, right? He's old now. Take 30-something on Messi and put him in right after that. They would have done the same thing to him. There's no way you telling me come off of that transforming season and then they don't have the same attitude. Because look at what Real Madrid did to Cristiano. Cristiano still go right afterwards and still continue to prove that, hey, look, yeah, I'm still up there in the goal conversation, right? I'm not washed up.
Yeah.
They should have given him money, and I'm gonna talk about how they're considering bringing him back in the Paris. I have a question to say, do him.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Guys, but is football as in its current state? Do you think it's sustainable? Because you were just talking about Barcelona. Look at how much debt they're in. Players are earning £300,000 a week, $500,000 a week. Is this really sustainable? I mean, are they? Why should they be paid that much?
I know, right? I 100% agree.
I'm not trying to say they shouldn't be paid at all, but that's why I went back and I asked you earlier, should there be a cap? Because do you really need to be earning this much? I just feel like they're gangsters, really. Because players have the power now and they're just asking for some exuberant amount of wages a week, and it's killing the club. It's killing the club. That's why you can't. That's why money's not trickling down to the other youth program and stuff like that. Because you have a player who is 30, who is in his 30s on his last contract, and he's demanding $450 a week. It's not sustainable, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Moy.
Well, I was saying, even self, just taking out the football aspect in there, you see it in even self other sports that nowadays the players themselves have a lot of, what I say, a lot of power. Even if you look in NBA, these players are dictating wherever they want to go, their destination.
Yeah.
And even self, like I put it in, like I guess it's up to the clubs and all to take care of the situation, because it's like per se all of us play in a club and Shaq, the club decide to give Shaq more amount of money than all the rest of us. they could be unrest in the camp, even self up among us. So we're wondering like, why
Yeah.
is Shaq getting this? Because there's even an analogy. I tried an experiment on FIFA, and it was like I put his big player on a small club, but then he was on his last year, and I gave him the amount of wages, and he was like a lot more than the rest. And I remember I ended up getting fired because they said that it was like unrest in the camp. So then I was saying it's up to the clubs and all to
Mhm.
try ease it down and try to make everyone happy in the same way still.
You're so right about that one because I look at United right now, and remember, you can chime in 'cause this is your boy I'm talking about here. I guess he's looking at De Gea's wages, and he's just like, why am I not getting that kind of money when I'm obviously on his level, and so give me the money that I believe I am worth, So I think if it wasn't for Corona, he'd have long gone. 'Cause somebody else would have given him that money. So at this point, now he's forced to probably stay where he is, simply because of the fact that no one is going to pay him what United could or will pay him. Let's say Memphis
Who
money
you talking about?
grabbers.
Who you talking about?
Pogba. Talking about Pogba. I was talking about Pogba and about his contract. And the fact that he's on the wages he's on for that very same reason. Because then I hate the wages factor. It kills the club because then when you have a scenario where like some teams have to redo their stadium
Mhm.
and then some of them can't build a stadium because they have to pay the players.
Yeah.
And some of them rebuild the stadium and have to sell players for pay for the
Yeah.
stadium. And then the club ends up in a scenario where they go 2-3 years and win nothing because there's no investment in the team because you have to pay off the stadium. I mean, it just makes sense that you have it. Strange enough happened to United when we added stuff to our stadium. We had a period there where that season transfers weren't plenty. Arsenal, you know about that. Tottenham, I go through that right now. Man, I don't know. I agree. I think if you make a salary cap, then it comes down to other factors that would make it even more interesting because that's how it is in the NBA. But last time we tried to do something Americanized, everybody hated it. So
But the
yeah,
salary cap in the NBA isn't that for the team and not specific player. So that team could still have like right now in the NBA, don't you have teams with like 3 All-Stars and then the
yeah.
other
Some players
two
make
people on the
money.
court are just average, and then they go and
Yeah,
win a ring.
I agree with you. But it take a 15-man squad to
So
do that and five
now,
really good players.
so
I
if
got
they
a
do
problem
that
with
in
that.
football, you probably have like 6 All-Stars on one team, 5 average players, quadruple.
That'll make it interesting. That'll make it very interesting. Like
Yeah, for
literally, I
sure.
don't. When I looked at the wages that Smalling is not Smalling, Jones is on right now, and Jones to play for 2 years. Like, where is all that money going? Like,
How much is
your
Jones on?
To
pocket.
his doctor,
I don't remember.
Well,
but
Doctor
I think
contract.
sometimes players refuse their salary because I don't know if they're like I don't think what's his name for AC Milan, Mandzukic. The last couple of months he refused his salary.
He's not making
Because
that a lot
because
really, but
he's been playing.
it's still money.
I was
He's
surprised
making
the wages of
75
Martial.
pounds.
Martial
Hmm?
Martial.
is 50K a week,
How much?
£250,000 a week.
Uh
That's
huh.
a million a month.
Wow.
Uh huh.
To do what?
4 goals.
What he was doing last
That's a good
season?
point. I agree with you 100%.
Man, have a like a
Okay,
rough patch. Everybody
I
down
agree
the
with you
man
100%.
throat.
okay, but Jamal Marshall came.
Mm,
Okay, agreed
that's how
that
you go on
250
when
is a
Sterling
lot.
have it.
Yeah,
250
Mm,
is a lot, but he came in with
whatever.
a little hype.
Yeah, but for
So
what age they gave it to? What was it? Maybe
yeah,
six,
yeah, that's a lot.
Wasn't
6 years
Rashford 20
later.
when he demanded 200K a
Is
week?
is this
But
still
it's
Marshall still on his first contract?
because
Or he got
Martial
renewed?
Yeah, he's
the
still on the
game.
first contract.
Who
And y'all
Martial?
offered him 250.
I
Hear
think
that?
no, wait, I don't think it's the
No,
first contract.
I
No.
think he was on 78 initially, and then he went over to.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No,
that makes more sense.
no way.
Same
Rashford,
And this is
Rashford
what.
literally held the club at ransom for 200K a week.
Yeah, but that's because you guys
Okay,
paid
no.
Martial 250K a week.
Yeah.
He can come up
Look,
and
look,
say,
look,
I
look,
do
right.
more for the team. I deserve much money.
There
Sanchez
you
come
go.
and demand
That's
500K
what
a week.
Moy was saying.
Hmm. The hair is on 375
The hair
a
deserves it.
week.
I don't even care if he's sitting down right now. He deserves it.
No, this is why I think
If
they're gonna sell
it
him.
wasn't for De Gea, United would have been relegated.
I agree. Right? No, not relegated, but not that bad. But I'm just saying though, they would definitely be mid-table, right? But for sure though,
We'd
this is
have
why I
been the
think.
Arsenal.
Okay, you gone far. But anyway, I think that's what I think they're
I
gonna
say
sell him
Arsenal are
because
far.
375. 375 is what he's on, and Pogba's on 290. Pogba wanted the 375. I think he give it to him. He
I
hush him
think
out.
no. I
Simple
think
as
the
that.
thing with Pogba. Well, I don't remember what season it was,
Mhm.
but his salary had got cut. I don't remember which season it was. I think him and De Gea were on the same salary, and his got
Okay.
cut. I think it was when him and Mourinho had the beef.
Cavani is on 210. Look at that.
And
That is
Bruno's on what,
interesting.
110?
Something down there. I didn't.
I think they say KDB, the contract that KDB just signed, that was
180.
450. KDB getting 450. Something
Yeah,
about.
I
that
mean,
makes
Man
a
City
lot
print
of
money.
sense. Let me find out. But I understand
Yeah.
the Cavani thing, because that's a little different. Because how he came in and they were going to keep him for very long. But yeah, from their perspective, that's what they see it.
Martial was on 110 up until, was it 2020? 2019, and then he signed a 6-year contract.
And then the man pop off for the first season. Now he hit a little rough patch. Man probably have some personal things going on in the background.
It's 4 goals.
I mean, look, Greenwood had his little personal thing at the start of the season. Now he finally catch himself. Everybody forget Greenwood, they struggle.
4 goals, though.
I see £385. 385,000 pounds per week for Kevin De Bruyne. Of course, when you change it to euros, it may end up differently, but obviously, yeah, he's high. He's the highest paid. I think anybody's higher than him. Yeah, Sterling is on 300. Berda.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Sterling-
mad amount of money.
Sterling was supposed to be having contract talks also.
Forget more than 300. Where you want to go? 385? He can't get as much as De
I
Bruyne.
mean,
Jose wasn't
if
getting ridiculous money for nothing.
if it's
That's
two
true.
players in the City squad that deserve that would deserve a high paying contract right now, it would be De Bruyne and Sterling. Even if Sterling is not in the best of form, but he would still have to get it.
Yeah, I think you're going to win us upgrade. One fight you're going to win a now.
Yeah, they have to get it, especially if they
Why
achieve the treble. Everybody have to get a bumper contract. One.
You ever give Roman Diaz whole ton of money? 115, my man make over there. On the joke, yeah. Whole ton of money. John Stones too. Go ahead.
Joshy, let me. I see you have as your name there. Sell your club.
Yeah.
Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for, because Jamal have an excellent analysis on why you should be careful what you ask for.
So I was
we were
saying
talking about it yesterday.
that you want the owners to come in and sell the club, but then this new buyer may or may not have more money than your current owner, and he just pour in billions to buy your club. Now he's gonna want to change management, change this, change that, move assets around, and he doesn't see investing into the team as a priority. So now you're stagnant in where you are. Now let's say Arsenal, we want to go forward, but if a buyer comes in and buys the club, he's not going to put more money in right away. You just spend €1 billion something euros or pounds. You're not going to want to spend more money especially in this transfer window. So you're looking at maybe 1 or 2 years before you actually invest in the team. Now, where does that put you? That maybe puts you back in your plans to go forward.
Couple of years.
Yeah, I was just saying that it doesn't make any sense at this moment. Maybe when your team is on the up and you can wait 1 or 2 years to have a setback, but not at the moment. I don't think, for example, I don't think Arsenal should be selling the club at the moment.
Maybe until you self-sustaining.
I when you started, came to my mind, Mike Ashley, Newcastle, that
Yeah,
whole drama there. He mainly wanted to pull out after a few years of dealing with it and realizing
yeah,
I
because
don't
he
have as
can.
much money,
Yeah,
as I thought I needed to do this thing. You make a solid point, and the other day I see trending. I know you have to be joking because I don't think he has that enough. Yeah, I know you have money, but you don't have that kind of
Oh
money.
yeah, he don't have that kind of money.
no,
Yeah, Conor McGregor was talking about he
Yeah.
won't buy United. I would love that though, because he's a fan. But on the flip side though, I was joking here with my wife and telling her that man, if we get $10 billion right now, I'd buy United. That's the first thing I'm buying. And I see what you're saying because I think it comes back down to it has to be somebody who loves the club and does not see it as a monetary means of revenue. Because if I'm coming in
yeah,
and I'm buying United, all right, and they're making $600 million in profits, I'm looking to get my dividends. I'm looking to get my return.
first
But
time.
if it's just one of my many investments, if it's one
Yeah,
of my many investments, and I say, hey, y'all hold on for that 600, see, and invest it in the team, build up the youth system, buy a couple other players around the place, do this and that, add some more quality staff. If that's my mindset, I think the problem is that I don't want owners anymore that just care about money. I want owners that actually care about the club. That's why I say sell my club. I
but
don't want that.
where owners that actually care about the club, they need to have deep pockets
They do.
because
They do. I
everybody's looking
agree.
for a fast ROI, and
Yeah, I agree.
trying to get it fast, then there's no point.
Well, do I need a fast ROI? That's what I'm trying to say. If I love
But,
my club, I don't care about that
but that
because
that's
Man United is a massive club, and we are going to make money regardless. So I just go in there and understand that for the first 2 years, I'm not going to make a ton of money, but as long as the team gets what it needs, that's all that matters. I don't think they ever cared about the club. Gary
but
never
that
says to the other day. I'll just make this one point. Gary never says the other day on Sky Sports that United spent $1 million on PR to say that they're helping the community in Manchester and they're doing this and they're doing that. But
yeah,
he know and Joe Glazer put his name all over it. I don't think Joe Glazer knows anything that goes on in Manchester. I don't think he cares about the people of Manchester and Salford City. I don't think he cares. It's just about when am I getting my dividends. And that's my problem. My problem is that you don't listen to the fans. You don't care what we say, and you
yeah,
obviously are thinking more about Ed Woodward signing new contracts to raise the value of the club so you can get more money, and you want to
yeah.
spend 50-60 million dollars on a new sponsor, but you don't want to buy Jadon Sancho. We all know how I feel about that. Anyway, I'll leave that one there. Go ahead. You say.
No, I was just saying that it definitely needs to come from a fan with deep pockets and someone who's not looking at it as an investment perspective, but
Yeah.
as someone who's want to bring Man United back to their glory days or Arsenal back to their glory days and say, look, I don't care what it costs, we're putting the money in and let's make it work.
Yep, that's what they would need. And you're right, it's rare to find. This is when I heard about the Saudi owners. I know there are a lot of Saudi people out there, people that from that part of the world that are Manchester fans. So if you have all money and you want to buy my club, sure, go ahead, buy it. Please buy it. I hope you buy it. Buy it, please. If you hear this somewhere, y'all doing please buy my club. Take it. No,
Yeah,
y'all
that
laugh. Y'all
that
laugh. Y'all
talking
laugh.
about that. Talking
But
about that when it was Tuesday with all the Super League talk, boy, and Urique was like FSG out. Urique tweeted and he tagged all of the sheiks in them in his
yeah.
tweet. I'm ready for them to buy his
Wow.
temporary club.
I'll be rejoicing. Somebody made a point the other day about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Y'all know they're
Yeah,
also owned by the Glazers as well. They just won an NFL title, yeah. And
Yeah.
but the point the guy was making is that the Buccaneers sucked like forever, okay? Like literally forever. They suck. And they decide one season to invest money in the club
right.
and then bring in Tom Brady,
Tom Brady and
legend.
Rob
And what
Gronkowski.
happened? They win the Super Bowl. It's the point here. So it shows you the Glazers have a history of not doing that. They didn't put no money in the team, and the Buccaneers want nothing. But
Mm.
yet every year they make enough money for the Glazers just to take their cut.
We,
Which is
but
why
you
I'm saying
see, that's a league where you
sell
can't
my
drop out of.
club.
That's a league where you can't drop out of. So you're earning money regardless.
See,
Yeah.
there you go.
So
There you go.
you see
That's
why the
I mean,
See,
and
there
that's
you
why they
go.
wanted the Super League.
exactly.
There you
Right,
That's
go.
why they
Chuck?
wanted the Super League. Other no, but on a real though, Memphis. Yes, but you can't. I don't think you can argue with the owners for trying to make money.
Hmm.
It's not about
They want to
No,
make
me
money.
argue them. Me argue with
I
them.
heard.
Me
Hold
argue
on
with
there,
them,
Josh.
Shaq.
I heard the owners say. I think it was Josh Cranky. He was saying, um, what would be worse, ESL without Arsenal, with Arsenal, or without Arsenal. If you're looking at this as the next big thing to happen, and as an owner, you're just thinking, I don't want my team to miss out on this.
Yeah.
If this is really happening, especially if you're thinking with the money that's behind of the backing that is behind of this thing will happen. Then I think I would put my club in it as well, because to not put my club in it, I think would
Be a
leave
disservice.
my club behind.
Yeah.
Right, do a disservice to my team.
Because
But good morning.
even to have to touch that point, I think they said before Man City wanted to join, that's what they was thinking about. That they at first they didn't want to join, but after they saw all the rest English clubs
Yeah.
going in and saying they want to be a part of it, they would like at Manchester City, we're one of the top clubs, so why not be in there and not be left out?
You know why? To go with both Shaq and Moy, because I saw a quote on Instagram the other day talking about Juventus, and I didn't even know this. I should know this, but that Juventus owners have owned the club since what 1932
That's what I was saying.
or 22,
Agnelli,
and they're making the point that yeah, and they're making the point that the guy at the top right now, because of course it
Yeah,
changed
Agnelli.
obviously over the years.
Agnelli, yeah.
He's he he loves the club.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a
Mhm.
football fan. All right, his family has owned that club for years. He's supposed to know better. That was the point that was being made in there. You of all people, you're not thinking like these Americans. You of all people are supposed to know.
Yeah.
Nah, the fans not gonna
Yeah.
want this. The fans
Because
not gonna want this.
Yeah, but they also own Fiat, which is another investment, is another big thing, right?
Mhm.
So I think he was mainly looking at it as a investment
Money.
perspective. Yeah, because that's where they get a lot of their money from.
I can see that again. I think that's ultimately my issue. That how much money is enough? It has to come back down to your love for the club. You have
But it's
to
not
because
in this time. Go ahead.
if I'm making those large amount of profits, if I'm doing that, that's not the only thing I've invested in. And I think what we've learned from this entire ESL Super League saga is that the fans care about tradition and the fans care about the love of the sport itself. And the fans care about things like merit and so, which is tradition. Okay, that's what we've been doing. Even though there have been exceptions, as we know, that's what they care about. They care about that. So now when you coming along as a owner and telling me, well, this is about the money. How,
The fans care about tradition until they want the owner to splash the cash, and then they hear there's no money.
but it's not my fault you can't run the business.
I
You
mean,
supposed to
but this is a part of me running the business. Joining the Super League is a part of me running the business,
run the business
especially
according to
in this COVID time.
tradition.
Especially in this COVID time,
Mhm,
all these clubs are making losses. Then, if you see an avenue where you can regain your profits, then
mhm.
why not?
And then
Is that good?
Barcelona, Real Madrid, and all these other clubs signing up. The train's leaving the station. You need to sit by. It's
Well,
tough.
this is why people like buying and so look like a boss out of all of this. People like Porto and so on and PSG say, "Mickey, what I do?
But
Me not
the
going
Super League is
none."
happening though.
Yeah,
I hope you all know that though. The Super League is going to happen because the
Based on
owners are
what?
not going to continue to sit back and let you wait for continue to rob them. It's not going to
Mm,
happen.
I
mm,
I agree. I agree. I only think why the Super League never happened
The
for
format.
this year because one, they came at us with the big slap in the face as I always been using. And
Yeah.
I think that they never had a good sat down with each other and be like, how are we going to spread this information so the football fans and also can go along with it? Because even we know anything that we know and love, anybody come and try to make a huge change, we're going to second
Mm-hmm.
guess it at first unless we
Yeah.
hear the real reason why it's going along with it. But I think in a few years time or whenever they come again, that it will definitely happen because they don't look like they're backing down from this at all.
You're right, because I remember when I read Joe Glazer's apology, the apology, one of the things I noted in it was, I mean, like the man, anyway, the, one of the things I saw in his apology was that I heard you, I heard your voice. And you're right, Jamal, somebody write this for you now. Somebody write this for you for real. But
Yeah, it
anyway,
was for
and then
sure.
he talk about how, especially the things like merit and tradition and the format. You know what I hear from all of that, even if he was a part of the writing of it, is that we would have done it anyway
Yeah,
if
but
you all
because
liked it.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. If you all liked it, UEFA could have done what they were gonna do, but
but we would have
you
done it anyway.
know we would have done it anyway. You know, it's because
I
y'all didn't like it, and the fallout was so big.
Yeah.
Why we decided to hear your voice and back off.
So we shelved it. It's postponed until
Yeah, but it's gonna happen though. Once we figure it
until
out,
they fix the format.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
I
gonna fix
think
it and come back.
I heard, I can't remember, I am trying to remember who it was. I read today that they're basically saying that the Super League is coming back,
yeah,
but
but
just not like this.
they're reworking it so that you
Right.
have a actual
Yeah.
merit.
Because it's coming. I think so.
Or they could
Yeah,
just come together and try change UEFA.
Because
There's no-
we will
that
all
way-
agree that UEFA is a
that-
problem, right,
That way
Memphis?
you get the money and
Yes.
still have tradition.
no, but you just create a new entity and then left UEFA in the wind. So you get your
I
money
think,
and hang UEFA up.
but you
No,
see, based
they
upon
can't
what we,
completely get rid of UEFA though.
Nah,
I
you
think
won't.
we getting rid of. But I say that to say that UEFA's plans are for down the road. If you all see the timeline that they put concerning this, what they're trying to do, and I think they've sat down in their team, and somebody said the same thing we've said here. They're going to come back, so we need to prepare ourselves for this. All right, we definitely need to
Which
prepare ourselves. For this.
UEFA, you mean UEFA Champions League reforms?
Yes, the reforms.
Yeah, but the reason why it would have started this season, but the reason why it's down the road is because they're introducing the Conference League this season.
Yes,
So
they
I'll
are.
let that run, and then because I think the new reforms has something to do with the Conference League too.
It does. Yes, I heard. Yeah, I heard that part there too. And I think they're making preparations for that. But you know, I hope it happens. I really do hope it happens. I do agree. I think there'll be some benefit to that. I think this is just capitalism at its best, and I have no issues with that. You know, especially if more money coming to our pockets. Just do the thing. Keep the fans in mind. Then you keep fans in and say we want to be a part of it. So I don't know how they plan to do that though, but I'm sure they're working their PR team
they have
somehow
to
to figure
find.
it out.
Yeah, they have to find a way to change that that teams could get in on merit.
Yeah.
You know?
They have to
I
figure.
think-
They have to figure it out.
I
One
think that's
more thing.
that's the most important thing there is. If you get the fans on par with you, you could have don't set the rules after that. But once the fans are with you,
Yeah.
you're clean to go.
Yeah. One more thing I want to say before we move on from the Super League and the finances is that these owners don't see the local fans, as in the fans that go to the stadium, as
Word.
what is it, as profit or as money. The majority of these big club fans are not in. They don't go to the games. They don't go to the stadium. So when you say a Super League with a huge broadcasting deal, you're looking at the people in Singapore, the people in Nigeria. Those are the people that will watch the game. So
Yep.
Us.
I mean, one or 2 million in gate receipts on the weekend doesn't really add up, but 400
Yeah.
The
million.
TV deal. Right.
Yeah.
And
Last thing. Yeah.
yeah, that's what makes make this last point. When we look at it, when we look at the ICC, that's a really a glorified friendly, and we can see how packed those stadiums are.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, we should go back to
That's what
Jamal's
they want.
point he made before. I think he made a point that if the fans then act up, who cares? Those tickets are gonna get sold anyhow, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, last thing though, let's go on quickly. Out of 10, 10 being the highest, just rate your owners right now. Shot, go ahead.
Oh, with my owners.
And the running of your club in general.
I think my club has gotten better at running. My owners though, they've been doing 5.
5. All right. Moy.
Really? You go Moy?
I'm asking how he rates his owners. I don't know what he thinks.
That man went from relegation to Champions League. Hello.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't really follow the owner like that per se, but
And
if
that's
you're
the way
going
it's
to
supposed to be.
as if you're going as analogy as Memphis said, that's like a 9 or a 9 close to a 10. You're building
I mean,
from that sort of club to go up.
City's winning on the field and in the courts. Winning on the rest.
I mean,
Hello.
yeah,
Well,
And we
come
do
on.
win the treble too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Well,
Finance
this
or
is true.
fair
The
play, the
Pemberton
Premier
say,
League.
how do you have everything fair and end up in court, Moy? You know, and then Pemberton said, in court, you're guilty until, but Munchie said that, until proven guilty. # set me free.
Wait,
I see.
guilty
You
until
were-
proven innocent?
You
That's what he
were.
said?
In court.
Yeah.
In court.
Yeah. And you were proven guilty. They just take too long to bring the case. Right, and yeah, they said here, so they couldn't do anything anymore. And then what he says, time and time waits for no man. All right. So you say, wait, say 9 more,
And 9.
right?
Okay.
Memphis.
Wait.
Five.
No.
I'm
Okay, you
gonna
rate,
leave you out for that.
wait. You rate the owners, man. But what do you think about Ferran Soriano?
If what?
What do you think about Ferran Soriano? If you
Come
rate the
on,
owners,
I don't know nothing about these hierarchy people. No,
okay. No,
I don't know not to think about that.
I'll tell you. He was the guy that orchestrated the whole CFG, so the City Football Group. So building a community in Manchester, and the whole stadium outlook, and also buying the clubs. Mumbai FC, New York FC. He oversaw all of that. So that was his
I think it's
vision.
brilliant.
He
I think it's brilliant. Brilliant vision.
Thanks,
Memphis,
thanks for the fun fact, boy.
rate your owners.
Yo, I tell you, Jamal is City fan.
Uh,
He might have spit that like
Leave
nothing.
my brother alone.
Yeah, boy. Alright. Abu Dhabi
Look,
money over there.
If I grew up in the country, I must know. When the Premier League trophy came around because City won it, you think I didn't go to touch it? What do you mean?
Wow.
To the catch
So
me
you
dead
go.
alive.
You go. And touch down Man City. I can win in trophy, bro.
Arsenal
Boy.
again none for touch.
Oh, boy. Yo, wait it out. Wait it out. It'll be better when you do get to touch the one you really want to touch.
Al Shirik.
Memphis,
That's
that tell me something more about you, though.
What?
Outside of sports.
Wait, what?
Wow, man, keep it going. Keep it
Wow.
going.
Normally
Keep
it's
it
me.
going.
Now this time it's shocked out. There we go.
We're talking about trophies, dog. What is happening?
Keep it
dog?
going,
What is happening?
Jack. Memphis,
What is
how do you
happening,
rate your owners?
Why am I always a target?
How do you rate your owners, bro?
5. And Woodward can get an 8.
Okay.
Woodward makes the club money. He just don't know how to sign people.
Fair.
Yeah, I give Woodward a 6 for the fact that he made the club money. Yeah, but you have to be an idiot to assume that you come back to Liverpool and want to sign on players. Make any sense? So you're huge at it. So I'm happy he's gone, and I'm happy he's resigned.
He's not gone yet.
If Harry Maguire, yeah, he'll be gone in the summer. Yeah, but I'm happy.
No, it's the end of the calendar year, not the end of the season.
That's what I heard. I heard it's the end of the season.
Oh.
And not the calendar year. Yeah, that'd be worse. Anyway, my owners, I would rate them a 3. There we go. 3 out of 10. They're retarded. Go back to America. You heard it here first. and Island fans. All right.
3.
Yeah,
But
3. They
Jamal didn't give
retarded.
his.
Nah,
Jamal,
they
what
give-
did you say?
I'd give them 6 because of this whole disconnect, and they've made the club more valuable. I think it's when they bought it was 500,000, worth 500,000, and now
Worth 8
it's
billion now.
yeah.
But
No.
Chuck, you don't find it telling. You don't find it telling. Yeah, Manu's money went up, obviously, because they went publicly owned, fine. But you don't find it telling that Sir Alex and David Jill, who ran my transfers, had all these years of success at United, that they stay one season and then leave when they see the direction the club is going. And since then, I've won EFL, I've won Europa League,
Europa.
and an FA Cup. That don't seem telling to you? This complete retardedness since them arrived. So Alex
I
since
mean,
we're gone, David Jill since we're gone. I'm not gonna be
in
under these crazy Americans. I'm going, okay?
in
I'm
fairness
going.
to the owners,
Yes,
we've made signings. The man them get money to sign
Yeah,
people.
money
They
run.
just
Money
they
run.
just saying sign sensible people.
Right. That's
they
fact, man.
signed they signed the wrong people to sign the right
Yeah, but
players.
that's not
Okay,
on the
okay.
owners. That
I
would be
guess if
more
you
on
want,
Woodward.
Josh, if
That's
you
not on
really
the
want to blame
owners.
them, you can look at it that way.
That's not on the
And
owners
that's the way it
though.
be.
I mean,
Who found them for Memphis? You signed Ed Woodward, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You signed the retired could you could have gone for Pep. You could have told Pep me pay you 500K a week, but you don't want to do that, okay? You could sign David Moyes. I have a seventh. Seventh outcome that season now. After going first the previous season. I mean,
Oh,
what
to
people
be fair, David
I
Moyes was a
mean,
good coach at
they
that
weren't
time,
really,
man.
and they weren't looking at Pep. They were looking at
fourth
Carlo.
place Everton, fifth place Everton at the time. Seriously,
Yeah.
compared to Pep, Sir Alex, David Moyes. I would have taken Jose at the time. I'd have taken prime Jose
Ew.
rather than
Ew.
David
the
Moyes.
thing, the thing about David Moyes, what I remember a lot of people were saying, if he can have Everton in fifth with no money, basically no money, then if you go United with money, then you're supposed
But that's the
to
thing.
come together.
When he went to United, he tried to
Didn't
bring
get no
that
money.
fifth place Everton into United. Like
But
all the
then
players we were linked with were Everton players, and Tony Cruz.
Yeah, Tony Cruz. Yeah, he's I don't know. I had 3. They retired. They signed the wrong people, right? They signed all the wrong people and all the right people to make them money. So
Then again, they signed a couple of the right people, but wrong manager. But, that's a different topic because
that's on
Di Maria was man of the match in Champions League final. And in Di Maria's defense, he had 10 assists the first season. And everybody was like, oh, he's a flop.
He was the wrong coach, Wrong coach.
Yeah.
For Di Maria.
Man,
Wrong coach.
I'm an attacking player. The man signed to come play defense. Then I'll bring in Jose, who's more defense. The man sell me. Oh my goodness.
Retarded.
That's why oil money never fails.
Thank you.
You don't
Abu
have
Dhabi
problems.
people, please.
You don't have
Saudi
these problems
Arabia.
with oil money, no. Oil
Yo,
money
Yeah,
just
me the
flow.
guy.
Jamal had a links,
Bring the
man. Remember
Terry.
he dog. I don't know.
Kempe says 6 out of 10 for Kempe is saying that. But yeah, for real though, our money make the world. I don't care where the money come from. I'm hoping, I know a Chinaman come by me right now. As much as I'm not too favorites with the Chinese,
A Chinese man come by United, not you.
Yeah.
Turn that Atlantic glory.
Oh boy, brilliant. I just don't want any more Americans. Any Americans out there that think I'm hating on them. It's not you. Y'all doesn't have the right mentality. Okay, sorry. Simple as that. Any rich Caribbean people out there? Jamal, you have plenty of money. Why don't you just buy United? I am not American. You try to one day. No. Antigua passport. Me have big Antigua passport. Okay, I just try to one day. Jamal have plenty of money. Jamal, why don't you buy the club? That'd be nice.
I don't have plenty of money.
No?
I don't
You
have
don't
deep
have plenty of
pockets, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys for this particular show here. Fans, of course, like, share, subscribe, send out to everybody as we were talking about the owners. Remember, you can rate the owners as well, too. Tell us what you think about that, and what you like for your club. Maybe Leicester owners, you can probably say you love them right now. You have good owners. You see why? And a Chinaman own that club there? Chinaman own
Thai.
that club there, right?
He's from
Thai?
Thailand. Thailand.
See, there we go, right? We
Yeah,
want the people from that
they're
side of the world.
Asian.
Yes, Asians need to buy my club. All right, they need to buy my club for legit. Also, we're going to be talking about La Liga, so there's going to be a show uploaded tomorrow that will be speaking all about La Liga and a very messy situation. All right, so what I did there, but nobody saw it. Nobody got the pun. No love in the pun. Y'all didn't hear it. Okay,
A messy
fine. Okay,
situation.
right boy. This tough
I
crowd.
really
Tough
wasn't paying
crowd, boy.
attention.
Tough crowd. But Amija sits here at the time. Thank you, Amija. You know what you're talking about. All right. So La Liga final. Who's gonna win the Liga title? And even though usually it's top 2, now it's top 4.
Yeah,
So
top
it's looking interesting with a couple of games left to go, and so that's that. Alrighty then, that's it, and have a good night to all of you who have tuned in to another episode of Island Fans.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.